Today we are going to ask ourselves those finance questions that you do not want to answer, either to somebody else or even to yourself. Is there any that you have a feeling like you can't answer, but it's something you actually need to have an answer at the point you are in life? Comment below. Hello good people, Jessie is my name, and on this channel we talk about finance, personal development, travel and charity. If this is your kind of content, kindly consider subscribing and hit the notification bell. These questions will apply to either singles, couples, students, or at whatever point in life you are. So if it affects you, just take a note and just note down your answer. So the first question we're going to ask ourselves is, what is your level of income, and is it at the point that you would want it to be? And of course, if it is not, what are you doing about it? We can be working so hard, but if you don't have a target of where you want to be and you're doing something about it or towards it, then it beats the logic. Comment below if you are where you want to be. The next question is a bit sensitive because I am sure most people have not answered or have not even attempted to think about it. And this is the question: have you ever thought of plan B in case you lose your primary income? Does that do you have a side hustle? Do you have investments which can sustain your life? Do you have maybe a spouse who can sustain your life, or a family that can take care of you if you don't have that source of income that you have right now? And this applies to both employed and self-employed. Do not look at it as an employed person thing, but overall as an individual. The next question is very sensitive, something maybe someone has never even thought about it because you don't want to, not because it is not important, but you don't want to. This goes to couples. Have you ever thought, as the breadwinner of the family, what would happen to your family if you lost your source of income? And this takes us to the next sensitive part. If you're the man of the house and you lose your income, would you be ready to be a stay-at-home dad? And would your spouse, that is your wife, be ready to take up responsibilities of the house, that is to provide entirely? Perhaps she may be in a financial position that she can do that, perhaps she may not. If she's in a financial position that she's able to do that, would she? And would it ever be an issue as a family that the wife who is the breadwinner of the family? Comment down below. If you're the breadwinner as a woman, how does it feel? Do you feel like the man owes you? And if as a man you're not bringing any income at home, I have two questions for you. Number one, has it affected your self-esteem? And if it has, how has it affected it? And what are you doing about it? Because you can't say something has been affecting you and you're not doing anything about it. Number two, would you take up the role of your wife? If she was a stay-at-home mom, would you be a stay-at-home dad gladly? Comment down below. The next question is, do you have investments that can sustain your life? If you don't, what are you doing about it? And by investments could be another source of income, not necessarily the one that you're involved to on a daily to daily basis, or perhaps it can be a business that you're running during your free time. Comment down below. If you're in any business that you started without the need of capital, would you kindly comment down below so that at least if someone would be interested to start, they can get to have the basics. The next question is, do you assess what you lose on a regular basis? like in a month, when you're doing your budget, do you review just to see where you lost money in the previous month, maybe during the year? To be honest, it is very helpful because it helps you to work in the next year. Like for me, last year I lost about 10,000, and this is the cash I can count. The other loss is the clutter that we feel in our house. As a minimalist, I just buy what I need. Hardly will you find things in my house that I don't use, unless those things I bought a long time ago out of excitement, out of thinking that, everyone is buying this thing, so I'm also buying and all that, which are also very few because I can't recall. But anyway, just check through your records and see if you have that problem. The next sensitive question for everybody is, are you paying debts and you have nothing to show for it? This is very common because sometimes you find people taking debts to finance their daily expenditure, which is not advisable because, how will you pay the debt? If you're using the debt for your dailies, how do you expect to pay the debt? The debt is supposed to be used for something that will bring income, so that the income that the debt brings is what will be used to pay the debt. Remember, if you're borrowing to meet your primary expenses or your basic needs, it means you're living beyond your means, 1, or 2, you need to increase your source of income. And we have a video showing the different ways that you can explore to be able to increase your source of income. So, if you check through your house and you're seeing things that you're paying loans for and you don't use them, or you're paying a loan and you have nothing to show for it, I'm very sure all of us have had this instance, myself included. I have paid debts with nothing to show, but mine, I will give a disclaimer. Mine was because I was paying a debt and the investment did not go as planned. The debt was not for my basic needs, but for investment, which did not go as I had planned. But the lesson I learned from that experience is, do not start crying. Pick your pieces and start again. Okay? Do not, if it is such scenarios, it's understandable. But if it is, you never even tried anything, then you're only hurting your finances. The next thing is, we are every day chasing money. Every single day, Sunday, Monday to Friday, every single day we are chasing money. Either you're working 8 to 5 job, you're working on a side hustle, you're working overtime, and you're doing everything. So, have money contributed to family time loss? How often do your family get to interact with you? How often do they see you at home on time? How often, or are you the parent that you're a Sunday parent who shows up on Sunday and takes the children out, and the whole of the week you don't get to meet? At least if you have a demanding job, because at the end of the day you have to pay bills, try to compensate. If you don't see them at night, make an effort of seeing them in the morning. If you don't, but just make sure you don't lose your family in the process of making money, because money you can make, but the time that you have lost, maybe when your kids are growing up, you cannot make it up, because they cannot be children again. Yeah, so it's really important. The next question is, have you ever bought something you're not ready to buy? You think that you're ready to buy, but your financial status show otherwise. I'll give you an example. If you find yourself buying a car for use on Sunday, I don't think you're ready. I don't think. If you find yourself owning a home and you're expensive, and now you end up living beyond your means because you have a mortgage. Remember, housing is quite expensive, so it comes with the mortgage, it comes with the maintenance, comes with so many expenses, service charge, and all that. So by the time you were taking out maybe the mortgage, you never thought about the other expenses. So for instance, you assumed maybe the mortgage would be like, let's even say 100,000 per month, and then only to realize it is the house alone is costing you almost 150. So you see your housing expense has gone up by 150 and your projection was about 100. So it is very important to look at all the costs. This also goes to the part that when you're buying a house, you're not just thinking about the cost of the house, but the legal cost as well, and the cost of the management company and all those other expenses before you finally settle on the house, and you get to understand each and every monthly expense that comes with that house. Sometimes they say it could be cheaper for you to rent than to buy when you're not ready. Buying is ideal, but if you're not ready, renting is a better solution until you're in a position to be able to continue with your life even as you pay the mortgage. The next thing is, when do you anticipate to consider yourself financially independent? What do you mean? If you go to maybe a shop, you don't check the price, you check what you need and the quality. If you want to maybe even buy like that house we were saying, you don't need to take a loan, you just buy the house. That actually means that at that time that you have reached your financial independence, you do not need to physically work to pay your bills. Comment down below if you're at that point with tips of how you got there. If it is work in progress, please also comment down below so that we also get to learn how you're working towards it. So that's it for today's video. And in case you want to see our previous videos on goal setting, planning, budgeting, and everything to do with money as you work towards your financial freedom, please check them out. You can check our videos or the playlists. They are always highlighted and categorized, so please kindly consider checking. And of course, if you have liked this video, kindly consider subscribing and hit the notification bell so that you're notified every time we upload a new video. See you on our next one. Bye.